today we are going to learn a little bit more about who is Brandi Laffins of the Laffins real estate team. Why should our listeners trust you? Why should our listeners, obviously we are avid podcast listeners, and it is so important for me to know who I'm listening to and why is this person credible and why am I interested in what they have to say.
Sure.
We're just going to do a quick little question answer kind of thing, and you can tell whatever stories that you want to tell about yourself and growing up. And you have a lot of, I think you have a lot of interesting stories and where you came from.
Right.
So
I came from a small town called Chico, California. I was born at Enloe in 1970. And I have a couple stories I could tell about that day, but I won't. I don't know. I was raised by a realtor.
Yeah,
and,
start there.
My mom started at Do For Realty in 1978. And I was 8 years old, and she used to take me to the office, and I'd just color while she was working her tail off. Mm-hmm. And, she was always talking on the phone. That's back when we only had landlines, and she was talking on the phone at home a lot about real estate and septic tanks breaking down and all these things. So, I've been learning about this stuff my entire life.
Yep. How to negotiate as a 4-year-old.
How to negotiate. And she was always, unfortunately, my mom was always, financially challenged or
stretched.
Stretched. There you go. She was always having a great time shopping, but working really, really, really hard to pay the shopping bill.
Right.
So, there was always doodles of numbers around the house. And I still to this day, I have a Christmas ribbon roll where she was calculating her commissions.
This is how much money I'll make this month.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting. And she started she was one of the first people in Chico to put her face, a picture of herself in the newspaper with ads underneath it. She was one of the very first to do that.
Very innovative.
Yeah. Way before anything online. And that's the only way you could advertise back then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The social media of her day.
Yes. I eventually got into real estate when I worked at the front desk at Century 21, Jeffrey Sliden, and it was on Mangrove at the time. I think I was 20, right around 2021. Mm-hmm. And then I became my mother's assistant as a realtor and worked the front desk. And then I became an agent. Mm-hmm. And then when I was 24, my mother unfortunately passed away. So I stayed in real estate for about another year. My friend Barbara said to me one day when we were touring homes, "Aren't you going to do something else?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "You're not going to sell real estate for your career, are you?" And I said, yeah.
Yes, I am.
That was the plan. She goes, no, you need to go to college. And I literally was so pissed when she said that, because in my mind, I was always going to be a realtor. And she was suggesting that I go back to school and get a real job. So I did. Long story short, I ended up, I had a friend whose family was in the dental industry, and I ended up becoming a dental hygienist.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to USC, graduated from USC when I was 28. So I was a little bit older. It took me a little longer because I didn't go back to school until I was 24.
Right.
So, no, I graduated when I was 30, actually. So I worked at Durham Pump for a while I was going to school. They were great about it. And then went to USC, became a dental hygienist. Did that for about 2 years when I decided to get my broker's license. And then I started selling homes to some of my patients that I was cleaning their teeth.
Were you back in Chico at that point?
Mm-hmm. I was back in Chico at that point, yeah. And then... So 2002, I opened up my own little brokerage that we ran out of our little house on Oro Chico Highway in Durham. And then eventually got
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, you're learning stuff.
I know. I thought I knew everything. So
had a
what
logo
brokerage?
And everything. It was just called Laffins Real Estate, probably.
Like your own brokerage. Like you weren't at C21?
No.
Oh, okay.
This was pre-C21.
Okay.
Because I was also cleaning teeth and selling real estate. So I was selling 6 homes a year in 2000 or 2002 actually. And then in 2004, I just could not clean one more set of teeth. I love the people. I just didn't like the monotony of the job.
Yeah.
So I called Kelly Leiden, who was basically my stepdad, and said, hey, I want to get into real estate full time. He's like, we don't have room. This was 2004. I mean, it was crazy. Real estate was crazy. They had agents crammed in every corner. They ended up making room for me, of course. I mean, my mother's name was still on the sign, for crying out loud. So went to work for Century 21 and was there until 2015 when I made the move over to Remax. I started a team though in like 11 or 12. First with the transaction coordinator. I'd had other like assistants in the past, but my friend Ronnie came and became my transaction coordinator, and then she became an agent. So we hired another transaction coordinator, and then it just kind of spiraled from there.
Yeah.
Came over to Remax in 2015, and then more and more people started joining the team, and
Ba-dum-bum. Here we are today. So how did you grow the team though? Because it's not that easy to like grow a successful real estate team, or everyone would be doing it. So I feel like I did not come into the picture till 2018. And by then you already had a name for yourself, or I wouldn't have come over. Like I met you at the Sierra Expo traveling situation, but
right.
I had already known about the team. So what do you suppose?
You know, I think it all just grew organically, quite frankly. I mean, I just worked really, really hard and was there all the time. And honestly, I did. I worked 7 days a week for many, many years. And I know how I grew the team was through Tom Ferry. The coaches that I had helped me build the team. So I started out as me when I first started getting coached, and then it grew and grew. So they helped me. So the concept of the idea came from Tom, but for me anyways, but it really just happened with the help from them and organically. A lot of the people on the team asked to be on the team.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how did they know you were even wanting like a team like that? Like where you don't just have, it's not you and your assistants, it's you and the admin and then other buyers and seller agents. Like, do you remember
I think, oh gosh, besides Ronnie, who was the first person?
Was it Ron or?
It was probably Ron. And he just said, hey, I want to join a team. He had been on a team before, so he understood the team concept. And he said, do you want to have any other agents on your team? I'm like, okay. I mean, it was,
come on over.
Really, that's kind of all it's been.
Yeah.
Is people coming to us and saying, do you want to have... there's a couple of people on the team that we put a Facebook ad out about 4 years ago, and we interviewed 4 people from that, and 2 of them are on the team and still on the team today. Yep. But other than that, I want to say mostly it's been organic people coming to us, or wouldn't you say over the last couple of years do you think it's been organic? Or
I think the branding that the team has created for itself, and we have put out a couple of ads and a couple of videos, but I think, gosh, I'm trying to think, how did the most recent people come on? I mean, just by knowing us.
Right. And when I said worked hard for many years every day, that's what I meant. That's how you build a brand.
Right.
You just get out there.
Yeah.
You know, I did as much as I possibly could with billboards and whatnot when I first started in real estate, but I was in the newspaper every single weekend doing an open house. People would see my name over and over and over again. And so I think that you just build, if people see your name enough, then they're going to associate it with real estate. So,
and trust.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's in time. It's hard to, some people can be an overnight success, but I don't think it takes a lot of time. I mean, look, and we'll talk about this when we talk about you, but look how long it took to build up your Instagram, and look at it now.
Right.
So anything worthwhile or that makes you successful just takes a lot of time.
So what about your family? You have a husband and you have 2 dogs.
I do. RJ Laffins and Ginger and Coco Laffins.
Do they have middle names?
No.
Ginger Marie.
Coco Bean.
Coco Bean.
Yeah.
Okay. And you live in Chico.
Yep.
And
RJ's born and raised in Chico as well. Our dads graduated from Chico High together in 1953.
Y'all have some deep roots here.
Yes. His family owned J&J Electric, which was a lighting company and an electric company here in town for many, many, many years. And yeah, there's his uncle's still here, and my dad still lives here. My brothers are here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're around.
Yeah. And no kids. You guys never ended up
No.
doing the kid thing.
No kids.
Your real estate's your baby and your dogs.
And my dogs.
And your team.
And my team.
You have a lot to keep you busy.
The team. Not my team. The team.
The team. But no, yeah, I mean, I think I'm nervous about having kids because I don't want it to take away from real estate. It's so sad.
It's going to.
I know.
No, you'll figure it out. You'll figure out a system.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
sure
cross
of
that
it.
path later. Keep putting it off. Anyways, okay, what else can we know about you? Anything else to leave us with? Important. Where do you see the team or your career going in the next 10 years?
Oh, Kelsey.
What's your 10-year vision? I know you love that stuff. How about 5 years? What's the year right now? 2027. What do you think will be happening?
Well, I think that we'll be in the next boom cycle of real estate because we're
Looking
coming
forward to
into the
that.
slow. You know, I think that I will definitely be in the real estate industry. I don't know at what capacity. I mean, I will. I love it. I mean, I really do love it. I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. I think we'll expand and or go into other business opportunities like we've did with the mortgage company. Maybe,
oh, that's right. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did the mortgage company thing, and then you and I have our little
investment group.
So looking forward to just continuing to invest in real estate and hang out with these awesome group of so far just ladies.
Yeah, so far
on the team. Well, except for Bodie.
Oh yeah, he's our in-house lender.
Yeah. So, anyways,
cool. Okay. Well, thanks for a little interview. See, you thought you weren't going to be interesting, and that was very interesting.
Oh, it was.
So
No.
hopefully everyone got to know a little bit more about you.